welcome back to Dirt 5. This was the free PlayStation Plus game from January 2022. Today we're starting off with Wolverine in the car for the Himalaya Slayer, cool name, and the Namche Bazaar in Nepal for a Land Rush event, and you've got a choice of either the XCross Raid class or the Super Light class. Wolverine has decided to drive the Volkswagen Race Tovareg 3. How would he get on in the first race of 3 today? The title's a giveaway to what's coming up. That's the middle race. We'll see that after this one. So, decent start. Trying to make up positions early. Gets a little bit caught up. Managed to make a little bit of space himself. He's up to 8th already. And I don't think he was expecting this to be on snow. So this is going to be the first time I think Wolverine's been on snow. He's been on ice and mud and everything else, but I don't think he's done snow. But trying to keep up with the pack ahead now. Getting a bit caught up in the cars on the inside, they're turning a little bit much, so kind of took the space away from him. Trying to hold the outside. I think he does a good job there. Really holding on nicely, up to 9th. Still improvement on starting position. A bit wide on the corner. Managing to hold it up the inside, catches another car for his braking. He does like using other cars to brake. Becoming a bit of a bad habit, but he's getting there. So up the inside, he's into 9th. He's trying to hold the inside line around some of the corners. I think it's a good way of doing it. If you can get the angle right, it does work really well. Across the bridge. There's a right-hander here. He's going to take 2 positions there, up to 7th. What an overtake. There was a bit of paint traded, admittedly, but it was still a really good overtake. Up to 6th, up to 5th. Overcooks the corner though. He's going to lose 2 positions. No, holds on the 6th. Only loses 1, but gains it back pretty quickly. Now he's up to 5th. And this is a really good effort by Wolverine here. He is going to be overtaken on the inside there as 2 cars get past. He's now back down to 7th. So he's trying to keep on the inside, right-hander neck. Slide it nicely to get a bit caught up on cars ahead of him. If he'd haven't got caught, he probably would have been a nice clean overtake. Just couldn't quite maintain the speed. So back down to 7th. Left-hander, he's got a car on his outside now, trying to chase him down to 7th. He's sticking close to the inside. Good tackle. He's up to 6th. Can he hold this? Up to 5th. That was a lovely overtake as we finished the lap. He was in 5th place as he finished the lap, but he's down to 6th already. The other car took a little nice overtake on the outside. I think there was a really nice overtake on the inside though on the final corner of the lap. The 6th place. 5th has kind of got a little bit ahead of him here. Got to try and get this nicely. Bit too much turning angle there and he kind of span himself around. He's dropped to position 7th. He's going to lose another to 8th and 9th. Just getting one corner wrong has made Wolverine drop quite a few positions there. Wasn't what he was expecting. But trying to go up the inside for the next right-hander. Just overcooks it. Completely overcooks it there. Does maintain a position or so. I wouldn't say this is clean racing by any shout. Still in 8th place now then. Trying to catch up again. Cars are going past him really easily because the barriers really slowed him down. He's got to get back in his groove now. Keeping it on the inside over the bridge. With a right-hander here. Can he take any position on the inside? He can indeed. And he's already up to 7th. With a right-hander. He's going to try for the inside again. He's not quite close enough to make count. Over brakes really. Couldn't carry any speed into the corner. So loses a couple positions there. Round the outside there were 2 cars who were stuck on the actual edge of the corner there. The edge of the corner is the wrong word, but I couldn't think what the word was. So, down to 9th, and he just gets overtaken. It's definitely a strong showing by Wolverine. He's doing the right things. He just gets caught up on other cars a little bit too much, I think. And that's what slows him down. I think there's only been one corner where he didn't really brake enough. And that was on this lap, right at the start. So he's doing okay. Still in 8th. He's battling hard though. Nice inside overtake there, up to 7th as we cross the line at the end of lap 2. On to the final lap now, similar to the last lap, a little nice overtake on the inside. A little bit slow on exit of the corner there, drops to 8th. I think he might go down to 9th, he is indeed. Over the bridge though. Final lap now, down to 10th, there's a couple of cars now around him. He's going to have to battle hard to get anything out of this race now. But he's trying to hold on as much as possible. Left-hander. On the outside, he's getting caught up again on the cars ahead. He's not allowing him to any speed out the corners. I think that's where he's lacking a little bit at the minute. Go over the bumps. And he's going down nicely. He's down to 11. Can he sneak any positions on the inside? Just got caught up on the cars again. Lack of braking, trying to use the other cars to brake rather than brake himself. It's made him get caught up, and it's the speed that suffers. He's off the racing line as well, which probably isn't helping the speed, to be honest. 11th place, he's going to a little bit drop to 12th, but carried on in 11th for a minute there. More paint is traded with the cars ahead. Right-hander. Take that's really nice overtake there on the inside. He's back up to 8, gained 3 positions just on the inside. That overcooks the corner. He's going to lose a lot of speed on exit here. He's going to lose positions again, but keeps up the inside. Trades a bit of paint. It's a bit of a side swipe. He's completely stopped. I don't know why. That didn't go right, did it? I think he made a mistake there. He just completely stopped on the corner, and after on the exit of the corner, and just didn't get going again. Not sure what happened. He doesn't even know what's happened. He's a bit baffled by that. So now he's got to do some catching. If he's going to gain anything out of this race, he needs to catch to get some positions back. He is closing down on the car in 11. Up the inside here, lovely overtake. He's going to hit the barrier. Too much speed. You could see he wasn't going to make the corner. Up the inside of the car in 11th. That's 11th place gain. So his best overtaking move the whole race as he finishes in 11th place was the last corner. He made some fantastic moves in that last corner, but unfortunately he made a mistake on the last lap and had no exit speed because of it. So a bit of a shame, but 11th place. It's still 11th place. As long as we get stamps, we carry on. The stamps are the important part to progress. As long as we have at least one, we can continue. Confirmation of his rewards. So, what's coming up next is I'm going to explain about throwdowns and what they are, hopefully. And then we'll come back and we'll have a look at the throwdown.
How do you feel about a slight detour? You know, something a little extracurricular. I know the answer is yes. Of course it is. What I like about you, you got hunger. So I got this concept for you. It's called a throwdown. Sounds cool? That's because it is cool. A throwdown is like a challenge, a one-off challenge. You see, us superstars like to keep each other on our toes, so we like to throw down a little skill check. And guess what? You've been tapped for one. Funny how this keeps happening. I say something, then it happens. I don't know, maybe I'm a wizard.
So something new for us then. Throwdowns. This is the first one. This is the Alpha Throwdown. Soldierboy is going up against Daniel, Lionheart, Lyon. And we're driving the Skoda Fabia Rally 2 EVA, a car we really know how to drive. It's proved really good for us on the ice. Can we beat Daniel, Lionheart, Lyon? Okay, we came to the inside of this right-hander. We don't know the track. I will say that straight off the bat. We do not know this track. We haven't done it on any previous races. Yeah, so it is a learn as we go and hope for the best kind of thing. But Lionheart is on our outside now. Managed to keep up the inside. We have got a bit of a lead, but we're losing it as we caught the barrier there. I'm trying to guess the track as much as possible and just try and negotiate the corners. We have got a little bit of lead over Lionheart. Catch the barrier again on the inside there, not brilliant. But we have this lead. Trying a handbrake turn there, didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, but trying a handbrake turn because I thought that might help us round the corner there. That's the final corner before the end of the lap, on the last lap already. 2-lap race, 1v1. Trying to remember where he went in the first lap. It's not going too well. We are holding nicely though. He is on our tail. We haven't got much of a gap to us to him. Just over a second by the looks of things. It's all going to be about these final corners, I think, on this road section. And maybe even that final corner itself. We need a good final corner. We're going to hold them off. I don't know if I want to try the handbrake or not again. It didn't really work the best the first time round. I thought it'd be better than it did. Let's see, can we get it round here? Tried it again, it worked better, didn't drift as much as I wanted to, but we have won the first throwdown. We have beaten Daniel Lionheart Lyon in our first ever throwdown event. And now confirmation of all the rewards. And there'll be a little bit of radio talk afterwards, following this throwdown event.
Hold on, dude. Hold on. Okay, stop. What you're telling me is that Peter, aka Slap Train, the dude with the nerves of steel, went from the YouTubes to the drift cars. This brave dude got freaking scared by a squirrel?
Come on, guys. I mean, I appreciate it all. It was an angry-looking squirrel, though, James. I mean, you guys weren't there.
Yeah, they are scary.
Yeah, sometimes they're rats with bushy tails. But time to get serious. All right, let's bring it down. This is why you're on the show. All right, we gotta ask. What do you think of Bruno Durand?
Okay. I knew it was going to come. Figured, right? Let's get serious about it.
Yeah, he's been beefing with everyone lately. He's ruffled some feathers out there, especially James's. But his driving on the track, look, it backs all that trash talk up. So, are you a fan?
Am I a fan of Bruno Durand? I mean, in a way, yes. It's hard not to be impressed by his run of victories. I mean,
Absolutely.
he said he'd do it too.
Yep.
Now he's dominated in the Dirt Moto series his whole career, and now he's showing he's mastered the four wheels too. I mean, what can't this guy do?
Yeah, I mean, I cannot help but be impressed. And to be honest, he had to do something. I mean, you watch him in the Dirt Moto series, just wasn't doing it for him anymore. He wasn't getting any joy, no satisfaction out of it. So what does he do? He throws a little baby fit. He yells at a couple of reporters after a couple of races, and apparently that's all you need to get a top seat in the Dirt Off-Road series these days.
I'm gonna go yell at some people.
Yeah, I'm gonna go yell at some people. Maybe I could be a race car driver.
I did see that. It's dirty, it's gritty, but the gamble paid off. And yeah, I do enjoy the attitude. I don't really think it's entirely sincere, though.
Ooh, juicy! Getting a little spicy in here.
So you're saying it's a bit of an act, then?
I mean, to a degree, he's already established in another motorsport, and now he's dominant in this series, too.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that this dude does not lack is confidence, so I'll give him that.
Right, so the race seems to be won before he rolls up to the starting line. He gets in your head, and he gets that mental edge over you before the race is even started. That's a strategy.
Yeah, one he's used his whole career before he switched over. And that counts for nothing if they don't back it out on the track.
Exactly, and he does, though. That's the problem. But be sure, we all want to know how he reacts to a loss. What is he going to do?
Yeah, exactly. You know, that is just as important to any champion, to any sportsman. You know, winning, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's easy after you've won. What's really hard is after you've lost. So, who do you see beating him?
I've thought of it a few times. It's a tough one, but I got one in mind, and I'm going to give you another option that I'm not too sure on. But hey.
All right, cool, man. We're all ears. Hit us.
First, I'd say AJ.
Of course.
Why have we not seen them in the main event together yet?
Yeah,
Why?
that's a good question, man.
I think there's something behind that, though. There has to be. I mean, if you think about it, there has to have been an opportunity somewhere down the line.
I know, you would think that, but then you look at all the main events, and it just never came. And here's the thing. When has our boy AJ ever backed down from a challenge?
Right? So there's AJ, and I think he actually wins that matchup, and maybe that's why we haven't seen it yet.
Yes!
I like that this has turned into a conspiracy podcast. Who else you got?
Okay, wait, before, maybe somebody emerges from the smaller teams.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So we've seen this before. Someone just shows up and they bring something a bit different, something fresh, something new we've never seen before.
Sauce.
Yeah, a little sauce, a dry rub. Something spicy,
yeah.
Right? And whether that's a skill or a style or whatever. And I want to point out that is very much like what Durand has done. But this person, I don't necessarily think has to be established in another motorsport.
No, exactly. You got me thinking about some sauce, though. A little bit of honey barbecue goes a long way right now, right? But
Yeah,
somebody
definitely.
up and coming, though. Someone up and coming, and there's one or two that might be on the rise right now. So keep an eye out on that talent.
So, I gotta ask, how do you like your chances?
I've thought of it. I mean, to be honest, though, it's easy, right? No problem. I'm going to leave it to them, though. I'm a bit busy at the moment to get involved.
All right, man. I like your style. Watch out for those squirrels before you get into any race cars. We got to take care of some
appreciate it.
sponsorship stuff. We'll be right back. It's the Dirt Podcast by Donut Media.
Now we have the final race of today's episode. This is going to be the Cross China Challenge at Yolong River in China. Surprise, surprise. For a rally raid in the XCross class, Wolverine is driving the Volkswagen Race Tovareg 3 he drove earlier on in the episode around Nepal. So, can he do better than he did in his 11th place finish? Can he gain anything else this time? We're coming off a win against in the ThrowDown. He knows the car. What can he achieve here? It's an interesting race because it's not lapped. It's all about getting to the finish first. It's all down on percentage. He doesn't mind these races, it's just because you don't know the track, it makes them a little bit harder. I think these races are easier if you're following. Because you kind of don't work out where you're going if you follow them far enough back you can see the corners ahead of time. But he's holding his own at the minute, he's up to 6. Some lovely overtakes already. A little bit wide there, is he going to hold it just? 4 corner, didn't break at all. But he's decided to smash the other cars out the way. Up to 5th, up to 4th as he takes the inside there. A little bit of drifting on the mud. Not too bad. Okay, so it's a very muddy stage at times. A bit wet in places. A little bit overturned there, couldn't get the turning right, just put too much into it, but he's still in 4th. 5th is on his tail though, he's trying to go past him. Squeezed out on the inside there. The left-hander here, and again Wolverine doesn't break enough for the corner. He's going to lose 4th. No, he's going to hold on to 4th. Wow. He's just holding on here, but he's going to have a poor exit, and he's going to lose 2 positions now. Down to 6th. Fighting, I would say fighting hard is probably the way to describe it. Back up to 5th. Can he take 4th? He can. Around this sharp right-hander, he's back up to 4th. But the top 3 are in his sight. He can see them. They've not got away from him. There's still a chance of catching up. A little bit too close to the inside barrier there, and these barriers are not helping his pace. He really needs to try and stop hitting the barriers here. I don't think he's going to catch the top 3 if he's not careful. Okay, still in 4th. Taking the corners nicely. We're 60% through the race so far. So there's not much more to go now. Long left-hander, taking that nicely. Just a bit poor an exit. He still didn't brake quite enough. He tried. And drifted it, but he just couldn't get the brakes down enough to actually take the speed out without hitting the barrier. He's back on the concrete now, braking a little bit late there, hence the little hit to the barrier. The cars are piling up behind him, ready to take the 4th off him. He's not careful here. Sharp right-hander, again barrier's the only way to make it around the corner for him. 5th is right next to him now. He's going to have to force these guys to yield to him, I think. Again, too much barrier. It's going to make him really slow off the exit. Right-hander. Holds it nicely. Did force the car into the barrier though. That's a little bit against the rules, I would say. Didn't give him any space at all. But he is in 4th. Got dark suddenly now. He's made the race a little bit harder. We've got 7% left of the race. But it is dark, so seeing the track ahead is tricky. 2%. He is in 4th. Is he going to take a 4th? He is indeed. Just off the podium. A 4th place for Wolverine there. Which I think is a really good effort. He was fighting hard. It's the barriers that let him down because that just takes so much speed off the car. But narrowly misses out on a podium. They did end up a little way ahead of him from the end. But I think he did really well. So that is it for this episode. Wolverine has managed an 11th and a 4th. And Soldierboy has managed to beat Daniel Lionheart Lyon in the first ThrowDown, the Alpha ThrowDown. And that is it for this episode, as we see the rewards that Wolverine just gained. So we'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget, if you are enjoying this series or any content on the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and a like on the videos does really help as well. And we'll see you again very soon.